You're paying steakhouse prices for drive-thru beef, and half the time you're getting gray, tired patties cooked for speed, not flavor. Today, we're laying out 10 burger spots in a simple split. 5 to skip, 5 that actually treat beef like food. Stay to the end, because the difference is obvious once you know the tells. Frozen factory pucks, microwave finishes, and sauces used like perfume, versus fresh grinding, hot flat tops, and real cheese. After this, you'll know exactly where your money buys honest beef, and where it buys a staged photo and a limp bun. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great, thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. If you trust a tagline over the line cook's workflow, you might be paying for a promise instead of a patty. The truth is, Wendy sells a no-freezer vibe, but your bite depends on cold chain discipline, holding drawers, and who salts when. Grill to serve timing is the swing vote. A patty parked in a warmer turns spongy, under-seared on a warm plate. The interior goes gray. Shredded lettuce leaks, the bun sags. An 80-20 blend needs a hot flat top and a firm smash to build crust and trap fat. SOPs vary, pre-salt or post-sear. Miss the window and beef tastes flat. Lids trap steam. Sauces hide weak browning. Weak crust, long hold, soft bun. Now let's move on to a chain where the shortcuts are less subtle. You may want to finish this video before you finish that late-night burger deal. Jack in the Box. Menu sprawl and 24-hour grind sound handy, but they strain the line. Burgers jump from freezer to flat top fast. Grab a gloss of sauce and move. That squeeze warps the cook. Grill space splits between tacos, fries, and breakfast. Patties sit on uneven heat, edges dry out, centers stay cool. Then comes the fix: sweet sauce, loud toppings, soft bun. Industry habits show up too: pre-formed frozen pucks, microwave assists, heat lamps that turn meat sponge-like. A proper Maillard crust needs steady high heat, not a rush thaw and wrap. When sauce leads and beef fades, the burger loses. Let's talk about a legacy flame brand that often skips the actual flame. Burger King. The grill marks look right. The bite often doesn't. The brand leans on flame-broiled, but the path from patty to bun often runs through conveyor heat or pre-marked meat in a holding tray. Here's the real kicker. Real open flame locks a crust when fat hits roaring heat. Conveyor paths and pre-marks chase aroma, not depth. Juices cook off early, then the patty sits warm, softening any crust it had. It smells like a campfire. It chews like steamed beef. Culinary science backs it up. Pre-cook and warm cycles bleed moisture, and surface char is not the same as Maillard depth. Smoke smell is not flavor, it's perfume. Now let's move on to the world's biggest burger name and its assembly line trade-offs. If you want consistency, you'll get it here: McDonald's. The question is what that consistency prioritizes. The answer is speed, safety, and identical output. That's the engine. Thin patties hit clamshell grills that clamp down, press out moisture, and skim past a real sear. The crust barely forms before the timer says move. Then the build stacks hot on hot, wrapped fast. Steam floods the bun. Edge goes soft. Beef reads mild. Culinary notes on thin patties favor a hard sear and immediate service. Here, pre-assembled hold times erode that crust. You trade kitchencraft for a rigid playbook. The payoff is predictable taste, not a beef-forward bite. Now let's look at a drive-in that sells nostalgia and often serves it lukewarm. Car hops and cherry limeade set a mood. The patty of Sonic Drive-In still has to earn it. The truth is, Sonic's drive-in model splits attention across drinks, ice cream, and fryer cues, and the grill pays the price. When orders spike, burgers drift into heat lamp limbo. Topped, wrapped, and held, they steam in their own breath. Crust softens. The bun wilts. A gray center follows. Research on holding temps shows steam kills sear fast, and moisture from tomatoes and shredded lettuce migrates into the crumb like a wet towel. So the show plays at the stall while the flat top loses focus. Fun setting, weak sear reliability. Now let's move on to chains that put heat and beef first. Shake Shack charges a premium, and the quality rides on a hot flat top and fast hands. The Shack-style smash needs ripping heat, then a tight flip window. Cheese lands while the crust is still active, so it melts clean without drowning the sear. The soft potato bun is tuned for a quick serve. Let it sit, and it surrenders. A balanced fat blend, around the classic 80-20 zone, feeds Maillard and locks in juice on thin patties. Culinary notes back the fat sweet spot and the melt you get from nitrogen-packed slices. When the line runs, you taste clean crust, real beef, and a bun that plays nice. Now let's move on to a no-freezer, no-nonsense standard bearer. Five Guys. The board tells you where the beef came from. The grill tells you what it became. That transparency earns trust fast. 2 patty stacks are the test. If heat drops or timing drifts, steam builds, buns go soggy, and crust goes quiet. Keep the iron hot and it sings. Five Guys runs an 80-20, never frozen blend on a flat top you can watch. Heavy smash, real sear, seasoning on the iron. Generous toppings only work when the crust is firm and the bun holds. Culinary science backs 80-20ths over leaner blends for browning and juice, and a hard sear fights topping moisture. Twice cooked fries in peanut oil signal oil discipline, and usually kitchen care. Strong crust, juicy center, toppings that add. Now let's move on to the West Coast cult favorite that treats simplicity like a rule. A short menu and a long line still land a clean, beef first bite. That's the play here at In-N-Out Burger. High volume tempts shortcuts, but the tight scope and a drilled line keep thin patties hitting hot steel and buns toasting to order. Griddle management matters. Fast sear, quick flip, no crowding. Real cheese melts over an active crust. The sauce stays balanced, accent, not mask. Then it leaves the pass fast, so the edge doesn't steam away. Best practice shows up in the details. Rapid sear, minimal hold, and simple toppings like grilled onions that sync with the beef instead of drowning it. The payoff is brisk process, fresh bite, no gray zones. Now let's move on to a Texas staple. Bigger patties should mean bigger flavor, if the grill can keep up. That is the test at Whataburger. Large format brings risk. Low heat or a rush gives you a gray middle and a soft edge. Preheat matters. You want a ripping hot flat top, a clean smash, then a single, timely flip. Pull a touch early and let carryover finish the center. Rest a beat so juices settle instead of flooding the bun. The menu is wide, but the core stays on the flat top. Made to order keeps steam traps off the board. A sturdy bun is the frame. A firm sear is the anchor. Toppings ride, not drown. When the iron stays hot, size pays off. So what is the takeaway across the board? The split is simple. Rush the meat and you get gray, steamed patties. Respect heat, timing, and fat, and you taste real beef. The truth is, a hot grill and an honest 80-20ths do more than any sauce. You can spot it in seconds. Look for an active flat top, patties cooked to order, and buns toasted as they build. Skip staged grill marks and limp wraps that trap steam. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who orders on autopilot. Then vote with your fork for honest heat and fresh grind. Next time you see perfect marks, but no crust, you'll know.